Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal and I am 13 weeks and 3 to 5 days pregnant, depending on what app you look at. I tend to think 5. So it's February of 2023 and I am 41, pregnant with my second baby. I don't know if I said that already, but I just wanted to give you a quick update on how my first trimester went, what symptoms I experienced, and also kind of compare between my first pregnancy and this one, just the differences that I've experienced just within my own singular body. So one of the first things I will talk about is one that you're experiencing right now, which is shortness of breath. I get out of breath very, very quickly. So I can work out in the morning without much issue, even though it does get a little challenging with all the extra blood that is pumping in my body. But things like talking for more than 2 seconds or getting comfortable in the bed when I first lay down, I am completely winded. So that's a little bit annoying, but it is manageable. Something else that I've experienced is that I am very thirsty. This was also the case in my first pregnancy, but I was also very dehydrated at the very beginning of my first trimester with the last pregnancy because I couldn't find anything to drink that didn't make me feel sick. Like I couldn't drink plain water. And by accident, I discovered that I could drink ice cold lemon water, which is the opposite of what I like. I like a very moderately cool plain water. I don't like lemon in my water. I don't like it really cold. Has to be ice cold, have to have lemon in it. And I actually started adding ginger. I did start drinking this again this pregnancy, even though I wasn't really experiencing morning sickness. I was getting nauseous when I ate and drank just from having something on my stomach. So I did start drinking the lemon ginger water again. I always have water with me because again, it has to be ice cold and has to have the lemon and ginger. So if I'm leaving the house, I usually have 2 insulated water bottles already made and ready for me to go when I leave the house. And while we're talking about consuming things, I have been extremely hungry. Like it's horrible, to be honest, because I wear aligners. I don't have them in right this second, but I have to take them out and brush my teeth and all that every time I'm hungry. And I'm hungry basically all the time. I know that's a good sign, baby's growing, but I am hungry all the time. And I don't remember experiencing that until like the 2nd or 3rd trimester before. So this is very different for me. Like, if I keep this up. I have not had a ton of food aversions, nor do I really know what they are up front. It's more so if something is in front of me and I'm like, I don't want that. I can't eat that. I have cooked dinners that I'm like, that's not what I'm eating tonight. Or we've ordered food that I was just like, I can't eat that. So that for the most part has been the worst of it for aversions. As far as cravings go, they haven't been terrible. Like I want what I want and I try to get it. If it's like, if I don't have it right available at that moment, I'm usually okay to work it into the week somewhere, with the exception of like maybe 2 days ago. because what I was preparing for dinner, it was a meal kit I ordered improperly for my thousands of food intolerances, and it was just too hard to work around. So I just made it as it was and let the guys eat that. But I had nothing, like I did not meal plan well at all for this week. I did ask my husband to go. He volunteered, to be fair, to go to get me Chinese food. But other than that, it's been more like, if I don't have it, I can wait, which is how I try to operate. We'll see how it goes as we get further along in the pregnancy. Maybe it'll become a little more immediate. What else? So another thing I've experienced is baby brain. It started very early this time, like 6 weeks, I think. And I will literally lose track of what I'm saying in the middle of saying it. I guess in my defense, maybe, I've heard that you don't lose the baby brain until your kids are like 5 or something like that. And so my little one, I don't know if I said this already, he's almost 2.5. He'll be 2.5 next month. And so I probably still have baby brain from him. And now that I'm pregnant, it's just, whoo, I was showing very early, which brings me to my next symptom. I basically had a bloat baby, is what I was calling it, from like the 5th week. We found out at 4 weeks that I was pregnant. And I mean, within the week after that, I started to look pregnant. If I ate or drank anything, it was just like, whew. And then by the end of the day, I felt like a balloon that was going to explode, literally. Like, I was so uncomfortable, so big, and it was just like bloated and also gassy, if I'm being honest. So that was a very unpleasant part of the pregnancy so far. It's gotten a lot better now. Not nearly as gassy, not really bloated anymore, but my belly is still about the same size because I am actually showing very early. Like, when you'll see that I am definitely showing early. And I know I used to watch a lot of these videos when I was pregnant with my first, and I knew a lot of moms would say, like, with their second or beyond, they showed super early. So I think that's what I've experienced. What I'm experiencing is that I'm just showing very early. Because we wanted to wait until the second trimester to share with the world, it has been very difficult. Thankfully, I really only pick up my toddler from school and go to church on Sundays. But going to church on Sundays, it was getting hard to hide. Like, I felt like, you ever watch sitcoms back in, like, more back in the day than now? I don't know what they do now, or maybe I just don't watch any. But like, when the actresses were pregnant, they would have a briefcase or a dish towel, or they always be behind the counter to hide their belly. Like, that's what I felt like going to church. Like, I'm like, no, I got it. I have my coat in the bag, and I'm just gonna hold them like this because I was trying to hide my belly. So we did the belly out on Sunday. I'll show it to you here at the end of the video. Other things I experienced pretty much from the beginning: exhaustion. Like I see, exhaustion is like nothing else. Trimester 1 is ridiculous. I remember it wasn't as bad this time, but I also didn't have a toddler. So I was like sleeping a lot then. I probably could have used the sleep this time, but my schedule just doesn't allow for it. So I've just been very tired. Another one that's a great symptom for me is that my nails are stronger, which is good because I don't get my nails done. Don't get my nails done. Don't wear makeup. Don't really get my hair done. That's just me. But now at least they're growing a little bit, so it makes me feel a little bit more feminine. Who knows? Maybe as I carve out more self-care time during the pregnancy, I will maybe even paint them. Probably not, but we'll see. I'll let you know if I do. Oh, my boobs hurt. Not all the time, but when they hurt, they hurt. And I feel like it's kind of intermittent. Like, I'm not like, oh, don't give me a hug or anything like that. But they ache sometimes, and it usually is associated with another pain. Like this past Saturday, I was completely and totally wiped out. I could not stay full, and there was like, the boob ache was very real, and also I was feeling like a little bit of cramping, so I felt like my uterus was expanding. So it was a growth day. When I was pregnant with my first, I would say, like, I felt like there were days where I just felt like I was turning into a birthing creature. Like, my body was just like morphing into this creature ready to bring forth life. And Saturday was actually like definitely a birthing creature kind of day. So my boobs hurt really bad on Saturday. It's intermittent, like I said, but it does happen. They have also started growing with my belly. Like, all of it is right here. As far as weight gain, it is all right here, and I've gained about 9 pounds, I think. I weigh myself every day. I usually do, and I have not stopped during the pregnancy. I'm not like being obsessive about it. I just like to use it as data, and I'll show you. It's like all on the front of me. My clothes still fit for the most part. I do have on, this is a maternity top. It's honestly probably a size too big because I'm 20 or 25 pounds lighter conceiving this time than I was for my first. So shirt's probably a little bit big, but the leggings I have on are not maternity yet. I've still been able to wear all my regular workout clothes, like nothing. I haven't changed much. I wore one maternity dress on Sunday. So right now I'm in like a transition period where the things that are a little looser, have a little room, can definitely still wear all of that stuff, which is most of my clothes. And I haven't had to switch over yet, but I'm not worried about the weight. I'll keep an eye on it. I try to be honest with myself, and so I'm watching my eating to see if I'm overindulging or anything. For the most part, I'm just eating what I was eating before. A little more carbs than I was before, but I think that's a common trimester 1 issue, and it has reduced this like past week or two going into the 2nd trimester. Now I'm gonna show you the bump. And again, we're showing immediately basically, but now it's more baby. So here I am from the front with a shirt on. I don't look super pregnant, right? And then you turn around, bam. So there's the belly. You can see the line because these are not maternity pants. But yeah, there's my bump, my 13, almost 14 week. In case you're wondering, this is not from my C-section. This is actually a myomectomy scar. My abdomen is very gnarly, and I do also have a C-section scar there. But that's my 13-week bump. Okay, so that is all. I apologize if this went a little long. I do plan on doing more frequent updates now that we are going to be announcing publicly to the world that we are expecting. And I know when I was pregnant with my first, I liked to watch these kind of videos. It was just nice to know what other moms were experiencing, even like before I was pregnant, just to kind of get an idea, because you just don't know until you've done it. And even then, it's different. This pregnancy has been completely different than my first so far. So I just think it's fun to watch and kind of like maybe find another mom to bond with if you don't have anybody in your own circle that is also expecting right now. So that is it for me today. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, please go on and give it a thumbs up. I would love to hang out with you. I'm going to be posting at least once a week going forward. So if you want to see more of what's going on with my pregnancy or like more mom content, which is what I plan on sharing, go on and subscribe so you don't miss a video, and comment below if this was helpful and if you had any of the same symptoms or what your trimester 1 symptoms were. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.